welcome to my channel. I mean, how many creators can say that they wrote their own intro? Yes, I wrote that. I put that together. Anyway, I'm pretty proud of it. So I hope you're doing well. Well, I've got another bruz update or another court filing in the whole Barilaro versus Google. Let's call it a saga, because every day there seems to be filings or judgments or decisions made, and the costs are going up. Anyway, so let's have a look. So we know that the New South Wales Treasury was subpoenaed. We know their subpoena was returned on the 9th of February, and that the court had given instructions that they could seek leave to inspect the files. So there was administrative listing on the 16th of February. Those orders of appear, and there's another subpoena due to be returned today, which will be very interesting, at 9:30. So that should be happening now. So I may have another update for you. But let's look at the orders. This one. By consent, the court orders that subpoena issued to New South Wales Treasury. Leave be granted to the parties to inspect and copy in the registry the documents produced in accordance with the subpoena addressed to the New South Wales Treasury. Leave be granted to the solicitors for the parties to uplift these documents physically and or electronically for the purposes of inspection and copying on the following conditions. If original documents rather than copies have been produced, the solicitor provides to the registry a letter of consent from the person to whom the subpoena is addressed. So it means they've got to have a letter from New South Wales, from the person that so it would be New South Wales Treasury, so that they can have the original documents. Documents not to leave custody of the solicitor or counsel instructed by the solicitor. Documents be returned to registry in the same condition, order, and packaging as when uplifted. Documents be returned promptly and in any event when an officer of the registry so requests. So this is the subpoena issued to the New South Wales Department of Premer and Cabinet. I mean, these are pretty big departments here. So we've had one for New South Wales Treasury, and now we've got a subpoena that was issued to, we've got documents relating to the Department of Premier and Cabinet. We're not pulling any punches here. Leave is granted to the parties to inspect and copy in the registry the documents produced in accordance with subpoena addressed to New South Wales Department of Premier and Cabinet. So they can go into the court and they can actually get the file and copy the whole file. Or they've also got leave to take away those packs, copy them and return them. So again, leave be granted for the parties to uplift these documents physically and or electronically for the purposes of inspection and copying on the following conditions or at the same conditions. Pursuant to Section 37AF of the Federal Court of Australia Act 1976 until further order, and on the grounds in Section 37AG 1A, there be no publication of any document or part thereof produced in packet S9 which refers to entities listed in Annexure A to these orders. So I'm not allowed to talk, so this is Annexure A. This is a list of unsuccessful applicants. So they're not allowed to publish any of the documents relating to any of these people. On completion of this order, the registrar may return the addressee of the subpoena any document without giving the issuing party any further notice. And so then we've got all of these annexures here. It's 15 pages worth of stuff. Just trying to see if I can work out what they might relate to. Seeing what There's 15 pages here. Oh, list of these are the people that applied for grants and didn't get them. Is that what it is? Just having a look here. So I don't know what this means, but it says that they can't publish none of the documents can be published relating to any of these entities in this list. And I'd say they were proposals that were put forward and rejected. So this says list of unsuccessful applicants. And I'm assuming it's in relation to some funding or something. So, and I'm making that assumption. So where they've put, so S9, which refers to the entities listed, there be no publication of any document produced in which refers to entities listed in Annexure A. It says subsection 35A5 of the Federal Court of Australia Act 1976 provides that a party to proceedings in which a registrar has exercised any powers of the court under subsection 35A1 of the Act may, within the time prescribed by the rules of the court or with any further time allowed in accordance with the rule of court, apply to the court to review the exercise of power. So if they're not happy with the registrar's decision, they actually are able to appeal. Rule 202, the Federal Court Bankruptcy Rule provides that subject to any direction of the court on the contrary, application under subsection 35A5 of the Act for review of the exercise power of the court by a registrar under subsection 35A1 of the Act must be made by filing an interim application in accordance with Form B3 within 21 days after the day in which the power was exercised. So they've got 21 days. So that's what we've got. So we've had two subpoenas returned, one from the Premier and Cabinet and one from the Department of Treasury, and they've sought leave. So we've still got now Bruz actually asked for a subpoena. He subpoenaed some documents. He's done a subpoena to produce documents on the 17th and 18th, and that's due. There's one subpoena due on the 23rd of February and one due on the 2nd of March. One due on the 2nd of March for the trial to begin on the 21st of March. We're really cutting it fine, Bruzman. But anyway, that's where we are at. We're just filing and filing and filing. And I would hate to think how big those documents would be from the subpoenas as well. I think they were subpoenas originally from Jordan Shanks. So, so looks like it's going to be a very interesting trial. As I said, it's a shame I can't be there in person because I would love to be there and take notes. I'm going to have to rely on media coverage for that, I'm afraid. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens because it sounds like we're going to find out a lot. And considering that documentation just yesterday leaked documents have revealed that the train saga and the train shutdown, which people were blaming on the unions and the workers, it was actually the government itself that ordered the shutdown. Had nothing to do with unions, had nothing to do with the Labor Party, had nothing to do with flying monkeys. It was the government. So we're going to probably find out about the inner workings of this New South Wales government and see what's happening. And, there might be some laundry that's aired. Who knows? But anyway, thank you for joining me. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, particularly if you want to get the updates as to what's happening with the Barilaro case. Clive Palmer, anti-vaxxer, has contracted COVID. He had to cancel his National Press Club speech to launch his party's election campaign. So remember, he's also suing Mark McGowan. So very, very interesting, that development. So I'll be finding out a little bit more about that. Yeah, so things are just buzzing around and really, really happening. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.